Hey, hello everyone. Have you heard the news, the sad story of how police stray bullet kills a 30-year-old boy in Ibadan on his way to the exams by his father. So his father was taking him to the exam, and according to the father, he was parked by the vulcanizer to get his tires done, and he said the vulcanizer said he should park opposite the direction of the traffic, so facing one way, so that the cable of the vulcanizer could be close to the tire. You know, they have this cable that is connected to their machine to your tire, so he needed to turn the other way around, according to the father, and he did that. And so later, traffic officers, they came, and when they saw that his car was facing one way, they came to apprehend him, and he trying to escape maneuvered. You will see the video. So from this video, you could see that he was trying to escape to maneuver, and the police, they shot at him, even though the police are saying it was a tire they were trying to shoot, and the bullet hit the son. And somebody else that was in the car said that even when the son was saying that he had been shot, they thought that he was just saying it out of fear, and that he wasn't really shot because the back glass didn't look like a bullet had passed through, until they saw him gasping for breath, and that was how he was shot, and later he died. It's a sad one because, according to the father, he had been taking care of his children for about 7 years, that the wife had left him and abandoned and left him, and he was taking care of the children. And that boy happened to be a twin, so I can imagine what the twin brother is going through at the moment. And I can imagine what the whole family is going through. And this reminds me of other incidences that have happened in the past. I don't know if you can remember the story of a girl, Tina Ekwe, 16-year-old girl, that was shot by the police at Iyanoworo in Lagos, Nigeria, on the 26th of May, 2020. And she died 2 days after. Our own case happened to be something similar. The police, they were trying to maintain curfew, and there's this public bus driver that was driving, and they were trying to stop the bus driver, and they shot at the driver, and also the bullet killed the tina, who died 2 days from the bullet wounds. Also of another lady, Monsurat Ojuade, 2021, she too was killed by the police. Also another Alayori Ademola, a police student, was killed 2022. Then the pregnant woman in 2023, Bolanle Rahim, that was also killed by the police somewhere, I think, around Ajah in Lagos. Then also 2024, Ahmed Ibrahim, a young man that was shot by the police in 2024. And there are many others that has happened. And so today I just thought about it, that let's draw lessons from this. What can we learn? What can we learn from this? And so what is the core message I want to talk about today is the fact that we need to understand how to navigate these situations, because at the end of the day, when things happen, the police will say we will investigate, we would bring the officers to book and all those things, but a life has been gone and lost, and like everybody will move on. So we as a people, what do we do to prevent being in situations like that? And that's why I thought about it, because when I saw this incident, I thought about it, that thank God that God's mercy has been protecting us, because I'm one person that I hate injustice, I hate things. Sometimes police people just annoy you. Sometimes I just feel like driving away, like, why are you stopping me? I beg, go. And sometimes I don't even feel like stopping, because I feel like they are just looking for money and just want to harass people. But when I saw this story, even though before now I'd already told myself, okay, you're getting older, you're a father, you're a married man, you don't want to just do the way you were doing in your 20s. I remember this particular incident, it happened in Unilag several years ago. So they were having a riot in Unilag, and I was there at that time. I used to go do ministry there. I was pastoring some students and the rest. So I was on campus that particular day, and they were having the riot. So students were going around stopping cars from moving. I had not known that the riot had intensified to that extent, but I just noticed that public vehicles in the school, they were no more moving. So if you know Unilag very well, they use public taxis to move students from one end of the school to another end of the school. So when I saw that a lot of students were queuing, no cars, I tried to help them. So I just went to the park, to the bus stop, told some students to get into the car, and I was going to take them from one end of the school to the other end of the school. And so we got somewhere in the middle along the road. The rioters, they stopped us, and they were like, why am I on the road? I should turn back. And they said it in a very nasty way, students. And I was looking at them like, what did they do now? This Unilag that we finished from this Unilag, and when we finish from this, like, you are not even gotten admission and the rest. So why would you talk to me like that? But students now, they were really angry at that time. They're like, get back! They say they speak English, turn back and everything. At that point, I just said, make una come off for road. I just revved the car. You know the way you rev to scare them, and they left the road, and I sped off and I drove off. And I was going to drop the students. So I went to a place called New Hall in Unilag. If you know Unilag, New Hall is where you have the hostels in the middle of the Scotia. So I dropped the student I dropped, not knowing that those other students that tried to stop me, they were running and chasing me down. I didn't know because I had driven and everything. So I now stopped the student. If I had known that they were chasing me, maybe I would have even just gone somewhere safe, maybe go to the staff quarters or something, or to the security post in the school. But I just wanted to drop the student. As I got there, they had caught up, and they got there, they got out the car, and before I knew it, they started pounding the car. Somebody was breaking my what they call it now, my side mirrors. People were eating the car. As in, before I knew it, they opened the car, they pulled me out, like, you know the way when a thief has been caught, the way they will gang to beat the thief, and they pulled me out. One of them removed my glasses, before you know, beating. As in, looking back, I just thank God that God really spared me that day. And when the thing was getting out of hand, I can remember, I think the student union president or somebody that was influential in the leadership saw that these guys were going to go out of hand, immediately came, tried to stop the student, stopped another car that was on his own, and told the man he should stop, and tried to get me into the car. So at that point, my own car was in that same place in New Hall in Unilag. So this student president helped me to get into the car, and it took me to the security post along the close to the entrance of Unilag at the gate side. And when he took me there, of course the students, they were still chasing, like, we not go greet this guy, blah blah and everything. At that time I'd been better beaten. And by the time we got there, and thank God the security people were able to keep me inside the office, try to calm the students down and everything. I remember one of them came in threatening me that if I go and report this case, he would deal with me, blah blah and everything, which I later found out the guy was a cultist. But the point I'm saying this is that I remember when I now called my pastor then, because he knew I was doing ministry on campus as a pastor. So I now called him and told him and everything. And when he analyzed the whole thing, he said something to me that I will not forget. He said, okay, if I was the one, as in, if he was the one, my pastor, in that situation, what do I think he would have done? Would he have sped off the way I sped off? Or would he have just cooperated with the student, tell them, I'm sorry, I didn't know that there was protest. I was just helping students. Okay, I will drop them. Let me go. Something like that. I thought about it. I said, yeah, that's most likely what he would have done. And he said, okay, you are still acting like a student. You're still seeing yourself that young, vibrant. No, you should have acted differently. You're a married man at this point in time. I'm not sure if I might have a son at that time, but he was trying to make me see that the way I was acting, the way I acted was not the way I should have acted. And he stayed with me. And I realized that there's that tendency in me sometimes to just like wait till it happen and all this kind of stuff. But over the years, I've come to realize that as you're getting older, we need to be wiser. And that's why I decided to do this video, to make a plea to parents, brothers, men out there, and even women, that see, we are the ones that will bear the consequences if things like this keep happening. And by the way, I'm not doing this to endorse police brutality or their unlawful actions. We know that these guys are not well trained, or a lot of them are unstable, a lot of them are mentally unstable and the rest. The best we would do is to talk to the government to do what they would need to do. But we've been talking for years. When the NSAS protest started, it was for this same reason. But have they changed? No. So while we're doing what we can do to help to change policies and do all these things, we ourselves will have to protect ourselves. And that's why I decided to do this video, so that you don't fall victim to this. You don't fall victim. And the number one point I want to say is that do the best to avoid traffic offense. You see, there's this road I normally drive when I'm going to the gym in the morning. When I'm coming back from the gym to the office, there's this, I can follow one way at a particular traffic junction. Now, if I follow the one way, it will save me like maybe 5 to 10 minutes. I could just, on the traffic, follow the one way, quickly drive like a minute or two and enter the street where my office is. But because I understand that while I can easily do that within a minute or two, if one day the traffic officers find me doing that and they stop me, I would be fined for it. And the tendency is that I would also try to dodge them fast and everything. But look at the risk involved. So I told myself, if you have to drive all the way down to the end of the road to another traffic light, make a U-turn and come back and drive another 10 minutes, just do it. I had to tell myself, Because I've done that one-way stuff before. Back to myself, you know, don't do it again, don't. And I'm pleading to us fathers, mothers, brothers, sisters, please do your best you can to avoid traffic offense. Do the best you can. Get your papers. Recently, I was coming from the hospital, and as I just came out of the hospital, some traffic officers stopped me and told me to park. I parked calmly, and they asked for my driver's license. I showed them. They asked if I had C caution and fire extinguisher in the boot, which I had. I said yes. And they said, okay, fine, I could go. They didn't even bother checking and the rest. And when I left, I thought about it. If only every one of these officers are like this person to be good. But then I just told myself, what if I tried to no, I didn't agree. I won't try to just speed off and everything. Only God knows what would have happened. But thank God I did that. I'm pleading to parents, pleading to brothers, sisters. Let us try as much as possible. Avoid traffic offense. Do the needful. Do the needful. Do the needful. You know what you need to do. The another thing I want us to do is when you are asked to stop, policeman, VIO, FRSC, whoever, please just stop. Just stop. I know that sometimes you're in a hurry, sometimes you're angry, sometimes you know that they just want to extort you. Please just stop, Just stop. Imagine if that father had stopped, had not run. What's the worst that would have happened? Maybe they would extort him. Maybe they would delay him. Maybe they would arrest him. Whatever it is. But he wouldn't have lost his son. I can imagine in over the years, he will look back and realize that maybe he shouldn't have done what he did. Because if you look at the video, she was trying to do some James Bond moves. So please stop. Please stop. And also understand that these guys are backed by the law to exercise force and do what they need to do to stop you. So please just stop. Please just stop. The other thing again, don't resist. Talk to them calmly. Me, I'm the one saying talk to them because I'm the kind of person sometimes I don't want to I just want to like, okay, wait now, why they stop us? Okay, look at me, this thing I beg. And I know I'm money and everything, but just talk to them respectfully. Understanding that these guys, some of them, they are mentally unstable. Some of them, they are frustrated already. Imagine you've been standing under the sun for hours. You are seeing people that you feel you know better or you can do better, living life, driving flashy cars, and you are there under the sun, earning one meager salary. Of course, those are not excuses. But I'm just saying that sometimes several factors influence their actions. And of course, some of them, they're always drunk, some of them and everything. But whatever the case, just think about it that this guy might be mentally unstable. Let me not give him a reason to allow the devil use him. So please, talk to them calmly. Talk to them calmly. Don't insult them. In fact, one of the things I usually would do that I would probably encourage you can do is that when they stop me most of the time, before they even start to I'll say, hey, officer, have fun, anything for your boy. I know that the moment I say, they will laugh because that is what they want to tell me because they want to tax me. But immediately I do that first. I say, officer, have fun, anything for your boy. They don't say, Organa, you be Organa. I say, all of us now walk with a walk with a or road. You did your own and your me, I did my own and everything. Before you know, you don't look at me like, I beg me this one, they go so I don't look at person way. Just by that, or sometimes officer, have fun. This son look like say the pepper body. I imagine how now they feel and this government saying they try to pay now well. Man, I wish I get something now for just like appreciate you. That is even me telling that I wish I could. Then sometimes just appreciate these guys. Now, of course, we have bad eggs. We have people that would just, but by the end of the day, for your own safety, for your family. Do you know that the bullet that shot the boy in that car, there were other children in that car and other adults. Imagine if it was worse than that. So guys, please comply. Do what you need to do. Don't argue with them. Don't be abusive. I remember those days I'll be like, I'm going to call somebody. I call my friend. I'm looking for who to call. The police will just they look me say this one. If I shoot this one now, you go no and the rest. And that's the way they think. And you know personally, before you come, I go don't kill you. Of course, it is not a portion. We will not die before our time. Our children will not die before their time. But let us be wise. Let us be wise. My heart goes to that family. Because I can't even imagine what it feels like losing a child. My heart goes to them and my greatest sympathy and my condolence to the family. But for us, let us draw lessons from it and let us learn. If you have had any experience that probably was some, just drop it in the comment. Maybe you something similar happened to you, or you did something to de-escalate the issue or something, just drop it. Let us be wise. Let us be safe. I'll see you in my next video. God bless you. Bye.